What is happening, Rippers? Unfortunately, we've been off the bike for nearly a month now after both my HD6 and my FRS were stolen, but today is new bike day. Been working with Pedal Pushers here in Golden to cook up something fresh. We've managed to get our hands on the all-new Transition Bottlerocket. Huge thanks to Eric and Dom here at Pedal Pushers for making this possible and running the raddest shop here in Colorado. If you want to get your bike dialed in right, come see these guys to experience top-notch service from some really cool people. After years in retirement, the Bottlerocket is back. Drawing inspiration from its original form, the Snowstorm paint job and freeride spirit have been packed into a modern bike built to give you the freedom to ride absolutely anything you want. With plenty of companies offering minimal adjustability with flip chips from the rear triangle to the headset, Transition went a different route with this bike to offer a truly customizable feel. With two build options, you can choose from a single crown 180/180 with a dropper and 12-speed drivetrain, or a dual crown 200/200 with a 7-speed drivetrain, but it doesn't stop there. You can adjust the suspension curve, bottom bracket height, head tube angle, and chainstay length, all with chips and salsa. Not the snack, but the new tech built into this frame. Chips stands for changes height independently of progression setting, and salsa for super awesome length stay adjusters. These are custom rear shock brackets and chainstay dropouts that allow you to really adjust exactly how you want your bike to feel. I'm super excited to mess around with these options and feel how it changes the ride in the future, but let's dive into a few specs on the new rig before we get out for a ride. I went with a single crown 180 setup in medium with a Snowstorm paint job. This setup comes spec'd with a Marzocchi Bomber Z fork and Bomber Air rear shock, Eagle 70 drivetrain, and SRAM Maven base brakes. We're rolling on Novatech hubs laced to E13 Grappler Core rims and wrapped with a Schwalbe Magic Mary in the front and a Big Betty in the rear. Coming in at 39 pounds, it's certainly not the lightest, but I'm hoping that does translate to strength and durability over time. I'll link in the geometry chart here for those of you who want to look at all the numbers, but the biggest ones that mattered to me were the head tube angle, coming in at 64 degrees, which keeps the bike responsive and playful. Any slacker than that tends to feel a little too choppered out for my preferences. Chainstay length at 435 keeps that back end playful and quick, and a reach at 450 in medium, while slightly small for me, it seems right on a bike I want to move around the way I will this one. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about this thing. Let's put those tires on dirt and see how it feels.
Sure, that's a nice shirt.
You see the hat? Got the hat to match.
Ooh.
All right, new Bottlerocket under the feet. Brought her out to left hand, and we give her a little test and give you a little first impression. See how it feels. Phew! Howdy.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, first hit. It's pretty sick. Out the box. She handles it. Let's go ride some more stuff. All right, see they handle the drop. Let's see how it handles the climb. Let's go hard, straight up. Not terrible, not terrible at all. 27 definitely takes a little more effort to get up and over, but it gets there. Well, shall we? All right, see how she feels on the downhill. Yeah. that's still super low. All right, well, let's get to the bottom. Phew. That was bad. There we go. Whoa. Yeah. Phew. Phew. All right, survived the first ride.
Test ride is complete, and I've gotta say, for a build straight out of the box, this thing is balanced, playful, capable, and overall just super sick. Suspension was probably the best surprise out of this ride. My experience with Marzocchi has been pretty limited, but not impressive in the past. However, this setup was smooth and consistent and a real pleasure to ride. Eagle 70 drivetrain was quiet, confident, and consistent on both the climb and the descent, and offered nothing to criticize throughout the ride. Wheel setup seems adequate for now, however I'm not a huge fan of the tires for the terrain I was riding, and definitely felt a little bit spooked by the amount of flex on landing the drop at left hand. Probably be swapping these out for some trusty FR 541s and Continental tires in the near future, but for now, these'll do. My biggest complaint from this ride, honestly, is the brakes. I've been running Hayes Dominions on my bikes for some time now, and I don't think I want to change that. While the Mavens claim that they're the most powerful brakes out there, I just can't get past the lever feel. The entire pull feels restricted and dead to me, and offers very little feedback until the brakes lock up, making brake modulation an absolutely wild guessing game. Other than that, this bike is an absolute blast to ride, and I can't wait to get back on it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the new Bottlerocket, and how you'd like to see me test it in the future. Thanks for watching, we'll see you soon.